Swinger's Guide How to Dress.
Okay, I find this next lesson, lesson three, kind of humorous. It's called the dress to impress. No, not really. If you're a Playboy model or a Playgirl model, then you should dress the part. But most people are not turned on by the showmanship. It says a lot about the person that you might be meeting, and it's not always positive. Most dress for the event, so you dress for where you're going to. Now you can go to a club, you dress up a little bit, or you have parts showing. That's kind of appropriate. Just make sure you have a jacket. At most clubs, they will have a place safely to put your jacket. Make sure you don't walk into the club with parts showing. They don't want those parts to be seen by the neighborhood. They can get in trouble from the local government. So that's the first thing.
House or motel event private party date.
Second thing is a house event. Now, a house event is in a neighborhood, and not everybody knows. Now, everybody I've talked to in a house event, their neighbors know what's going on because cars show up from out of nowhere, but they don't want to see any your tits or your penis or anything. Their neighbors don't want to see that. So make sure that you're dressed underneath your coat or whatever you have on appropriately for a neighborhood with children. So they by dressing for the event, it kind of it should tell you what you should dress like. Most people dress for business casual. They don't wear a tie, they don't wear a bow tie, they don't wear a tuxedo unless that's the kind of party it is. They dress for just slightly above business casual. And it's a pretty safe bet. Now, a lot of the parties will say what kind of event it is. If it's a Halloween party, obviously you would dress up in Halloween. And I would be careful about how you're seen in public if it's a risque, if it's sexual Halloween. There's never hurts you to ask what kind of outfit should I wear, what kind of dress should I wear, because they'll tell you, and they'll tell you where it's at and why they would want you to dress a certain way.
The Fresno Guy Story.
So this brings up a funny thing my wife reminded me about. That we went to this party and it was in Fresno. A great neighbor, great people, great party, really great hosts. They were just fun. And we go there and this guy with his okay, so I gotta show you. He has his shirt open like this, and he was wearing like this mauve color, and he had his hair slicked back. He looked like he was straight out of the 1970s porn movie, and we just have laughed about that for years, and we called it the Fresno Guy. So when anybody's dressed that nerdish and like they went to a 1970s key swapping party. We laugh and we say, "Hey, there's Mr. Fresno or Miss Fresno," with a bouffant hairdo. Now the party wasn't like that. The party was just dressed slightly above, business casual, and it was just a really fun thing that we did. And you're going to find that the most wonderful thing about going to these swinging parties is talking about it as a couple afterwards, because we just got a kick out of it. Okay, so I'm doing a postscript of sorts on this one. My wife's sitting next to me, and we were talking. It's like, I do look, and she does look too. We look at what people are dressed like. There she is. We look at what people are dressed like at these parties because it says a lot about them. And if they think they're supermodels, I hate to say it, but I've had some women that were beautiful, but they were really bad at sex. And so people that know sex know that women with children tend to be better at sex because they just know how to do that. Where women that are only thinking about themselves think about themselves, and that's not very rewarding, if you know what I mean. So anyway, thank you very much. I just wanted to bring that up. That I do look at what women are wearing. I think most people do. If they're over gaudy, like they're getting off of a Hollywood stage, people won't get near them. And generally speaking, I did this once at a play, and it was just a normal play. And I said, "Watch," to my wife, and you just saw her. And I said, "Watch, nobody's around her." And she was like gorgeous, just like the star of the thing was like amazingly beautiful. And I said, "Look, you always go up to the prettiest woman, you talk to her." So I went up and started talking to her. She warmed up. It was just a great conversation with her. So I don't want you to like judge too harshly if they look like they're from Hollywood, but I want you to understand that people do watch what you wear. Hi. So that's my wife. Okay, she's next to me when I did this. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.